Whew, bit warm today. Out on a bike ride. There she is. Just gone to the post office to get a couple of stamps. 2 stamps, 180 lek, which is it's about £1.80 I think. Anyway, got some fuel, 5 litres of diesel. He overcharged me by double. So double checked it with him through Google Translate. And I paid by card, and he admitted, held his hands up, said he made a mistake. Got to watch it over here in Albania. Oh, you're not going to stand up? Oh, I was going to be double impressed if you'd have done that. Okay, getting to the sort of inner streets of Sarande, Albania now. So nothing impressive, to be honest. Why not use the lift, especially when you've got a bike? Okay, so we've got the Albanian police who not happy with this catamaran. He's from Germany. He's not got a VHF and his phone's not working, and the Albanian police ain't happy that he's not booked in. So they've ordered him ashore. So it looks like he's going to get his legs well slapped. I've seen this German before in another port and he hasn't got a clue. Another hot day in Sarande, Albania. Just having a cycle along the prom. Sort of a daily routine at the moment. Spend a few more days here, I think. I think the next challenge is there's Gypsy over there. I don't know if you can quite see. Behind that white yacht, you just see Gypsy, but I might see if I can swim there to the beach. I'm not a great swimmer, and it's time I got some training in. So I've got a dry bag, which is red and acts like a marker for me, so I don't get run down by passing boats. I can carry my gear in there, so it might be worth a chance. Just in the shade of these huts, these like shelters that are all along the beach front. I'm not quite sure. They've got numbers on them. I'm not quite sure. I know they are possibly shelters, but they're the weirdest looking things I've ever seen. Welcome to Albania. It's hot. was all happening here last night. I was in one of the bars along the prom there and heard this massive explosion. Thought nothing of it, and coming back to walking along here, of course there's the dinghy dock where my dinghy's parked, and there's all police lights shining, an ambulance. I thought, what's happened here? Anyway, I walked to the dinghy dock, not realising that it was an actual crime scene. So I walked straight to a crime scene and there was blood everywhere. I spoke to another couple of sailors who were doing the same as me, and they'd seen what happened. Apparently there was a guy with a diving mask on, snorkel and a weight belt, and he had two containers on his dinghy. He had no diving tanks, scuba tanks, and he was fumbling away, and then thought nothing of it. They shouted to him, "Are you okay?" and he just waved them away. Anyway, they got as far as their own boat, which is there, and right where that police boat is, the whole thing exploded. There was a massive shockwave. So at the moment this morning they're diving on the area to see if they can retrieve any debris to find out who he was and what he was doing. But I was held for nearly 2 hours up until 1 o'clock this morning before they'd let me back on my dinghy and back to Gypsy there. Interesting watching the search teams on the seabed, how they're using the jet ski to drag the divers along in a search pattern. It's a lot simpler than using a compass on your wrist. So just remember that. Here's an old Belgian couple, been shopping, now rowing back to the boat. Just shows you can never be too old to do anything. He was really struggling getting his anchor down. I tried to help him, but I don't think he's all there, to be honest, and seems to be the one with the brains. Bless them. Still in Sarande port. There's the Emerald Azura that's arrived this morning. Only 3,700 for 7 nights. You can actually go on that as a cruise ship. Holds 100 passengers. Bargain, eh? Nice calm morning. There's Panic Major. He's leaving this morning apparently on his way to Malta. We've got this old Belgian couple. He's just pulling the anchor up. Bless him. He struggled yesterday. He got it jammed. But now he's pulling the anchor up and he's setting off somewhere. I don't know where he's going. I think he's struggling a bit, him and his missus. But to be fair, they were paddling rather than using an engine on the tender yesterday, all the way across to there, which I thought was quite impressive for someone well into the 70s and 80s. I wonder if I'll still be going then. I just thought the catamaran's a bit close to me. Should be alright. So I'm in the process of repairing the dinghy, which has been leaking again, and that was a patching I did from last time. I know it looks a bit of a mess, but when the outboard broke away in Istanbul, it damaged a lot of this back end, so I'm just stuck some more glue under one of them patches to stick it down a bit. The trouble is it takes about 72 hours to fully bond, so I'm stuck on the boat for a few days now. And there was a small leak over there as well. I don't know if you can quite see it, but just between the two hydrophones there's a bloke on a paddleboard with got a cycle on top. So it's a paddling cycle type paddleboard. I've never seen one of them before. Just watching my neighbours from Australia hoisting the dinghy using the davits to stick out the back and winch the dinghy up, and they actually sail with the dinghy swinging about on the back end, which I suppose is fine for coastal cruising, but there's no way I'd do that on a big crossing. It's just even doing stern to moorings, it's dangerous. I know it's hassle, I know it's more work, but it's far better on the foredeck, upside down the way I do it, I think anyway. And just watching these two perform this, doing this performance, just sort of wonder whether it's worth it. So long, Sarande of Albania. On my way now for about till about lunchtime, till the winds, or rather until it stays calm and the winds start. Then I'll get the anchor down. Beautiful morning.